Back from the bye week, the Buccaneers are preparing for the Patriots. Get ready.
And also back with us, Ian Beckles, to break down the Bucs. What is going on? How are you?
I'm doing great, ladies.
Speaking of that bye week, let's get right into it.
It's got to be a good thing.
Yes, definitely a good thing. The Bucs are getting better, obviously physically, some time for the guys who've been hurt to get better, but also mentally it helps players out too, right?
Yeah, personally, I hated bye weeks back in the day because it's just a week where you practice and don't play.
Yeah.
And you always want to be rewarded with playing. That being said, these Buccaneers needed this. I mean, they've been beat up all season long. Baker looks like he could use a little rest, and we're going to get a couple players back, so I think the timing was good.
Speaking of players that we're getting back, I mean, we did have some serious losses in the first games in the season. Buccaneers showed that they could adapt, make changes. Players stepped up where they needed to be. Are you excited of any that are coming back that you can talk about? Do we know, like, is Bucky coming back yet? Are we sure yet?
I heard the right tackle, Luke Geddeke's coming back.
Okay.
And I think that's more important than Bucky, to be honest with you. Absolutely. Because just solidifying your offensive line, it doesn't really matter who's running if you have a great offensive line.
I'll say, is this coming from an offensive line?
I think so. I think so. It's funny you say that because I have to tell you, I was listening to one of your old clips from the summer, and you were doing some Bucs predictions, and you're right on because you're like, they have a top 5 offensive line right now, coming from an offensive lineman. So they've hung in there even though they've had these injuries. Then I read something, Baker. So good prediction. Good prediction with that. We never get that credit going back in time. Baker Mayfield. I read somewhere that he thinks like an offensive lineman. What does that mean? And we know how smart the offensive linemen are.
Well, it has been documented that the offensive linemen are the smartest football players on the field, but I'm not bragging. But saying he thinks like an offensive lineman, like the first day Baker and Tristan Wirfs met, they were pals right away. They went and had a beer. And I think that's the mentality. And if you watch Baker on the field, I think Baker Mayfield and Tom Brady are both just unbelievable competitors. But nobody said Tom Brady was an offensive lineman. He was more a prima donna, you know what I mean?
Good comparison.
Both great, okay?
Good point.
But Baker is grimier than Tom Brady. I think that's what they mean.
Baker cracks me up in his press conferences these days. I mean, I find myself laughing at some of the things that he throws out there. So he does seem like one of the guys. It doesn't matter. We've talked about how this team has gelled well. We've talked about these guys coming back from injury. Thoughts on the Patriots, though?
The Patriots scare me a little bit.
Do they?
You know, everybody's saying, well, the Patriots aren't as good as, and they haven't played anybody. You know, if you win, 6 of 8 games, you're a good football team.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at the NFL right now and the landscape of it, every week every week somebody wins, you go, oh my goodness, I didn't think that was going to happen.
Yeah.
So to show up 6 weeks out of 8 weeks means you're a solid football team. And the Bucs are at a turning point right now where they started great. If they lose this game, all of a sudden we're looking forward to 2 tough games, and things could turn around real quick.
Okay, it's interesting you say that because I've also seen the perspective that, I mean, they're going to have a meltdown in order for them not to at least make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But you're saying this game makes a huge difference, big turning point for them.
Well, meltdown is severe, but if you lose one game, then you start questioning yourself, and then we have to play, I believe, the Rams and then I think Buffalo. So losing those 2 games is not the craziest thing in the world. And nobody can tell me if the Bucs lose 4 games in a row that everybody's going to expect to win out, okay? So I think for their own sake, they got to figure out a way to win at least one of the next 3 games.
Okay, that's well explained. Yes.
Can we also, too, I had my Buckeye mug, of course. I feel like we're talking Bucs, so I can talk about my man Emeka Egbuka, of course. You were talking about your Indiana days.
Yes.
I loved being able to reminisce with you. What else is going on, though, in your world, Ian?
Well, my world, I own a Dignitary Cafe now, and, my world of, I used to be a drinker back in the day, and since I've let it go, and now I drink kava instead of alcohol. Yeah. And here at Dignitary Cafe, we serve the best kava in town. So people don't realize this, but the Tampa Bay area is the kava capital of America.
I did not know that.
100%. So look into it. And then some people drank it. I drank for many years, but there's alternatives.
See, I'd heard it was the Botox capital. That
it might be that too.
Now, we may know a thing or two about that.
I need some. Thank you so much, Ian.
Anytime, ladies.
That was good. Fantastic.